Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's nice to be back. It's been a crazy, crazy day. And even, believe it or not, a worse night. So, tonight, what we're going to be working on are some cards that are geared a little bit more towards the masculine side. Um, I will be creating for, a little bit more feminine, but I thought for tonight I'd focus on cards for Valentine's Day for the men in our lives. Now, these products are going to be released in the new mini catalog. I believe it's January 3rd. Um, really cute um, products for Valentine's Day. And if I would have thought I could have, hey, Liara. If I would have thought I should have picked up a box of those little conversation candies, but I didn't. Today was a crazy day. Last night was even a crazier night. And then it has the dies to match. And then also they have a love and happiness set that's really, really pretty. Beautiful fonts for the sentiments and lots of different occasions. Happy anniversary, congratulations, happy wedding day, Valentine's Day. Just a lot of really nice sentiments for my wife, to my husband. And then again, it does have and I didn't even get them set up on my sheets. Oh, on my magnetic sheets, but it has a nice big heart with pretty little flowers, and then the smaller heart, even labels. So it's a really nice set. And then it also comes with these dies, come with a hybrid embossing folder where you can lay. Let me see if I can get this open. Don't mind me. We had, like I said, I think I slept for about 2 hours last night. You can lay the die right inside the embossing folder. Let me just pull it out. Just like this. And put your paper in and run it through, and it will cut out your heart and then emboss the background. So this is a really nice feature with the hybrid embossing folders. And then it also has the gingham embossing folder. So really fun set, and I can see lots of different things being made with it. So before we get started, oh yeah, the DSP is really cute. I didn't even use, I used the hearts, but it's really pretty colors. The purples and the Coastal Cabana, really cute. All the different candies. So I can see some really cute little set cards with this set. And then just as a reminder, if there is anything in the mini catalog, the older, and I don't even have one here, it's inside. Um, Anything from the mini catalog that is out now, you have until January 3rd, and then those products will retire. So just keep that in mind. So tonight, like I said, we're going to do a fun fold card. Really cute. And then we're just going to do a basic, nice, quick, flat card with a very simple inside. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Thank you for the prayers. Hey, Karen, on for a few minutes. Yeah, it was crazy. Last night, my husband, just a quick story. My husband is wearing a life vest. So if he goes into cardiac arrest, this vest will defibrillate him back because it's not implanted. He's wearing it. So the vest went off 3 times last night. So we were up half the night. I can't sleep if the vest is going off. And then, so we didn't get much sleep. The cats started fighting, and my poor Iggy is just got cut up like crazy. Then we had a heart failure clinic appointment today, and the stinking vest went off again. So it's just been one of those days. Went 20 miles to the heart failure doc clinic, came home, dropped my husband off, and then went another 20 miles in the opposite direction to go pick up his medication. So it has been a day. So that's why there's only 2 cards tonight. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing and back to my schedule. So let's start with this card first. It causes a little bit of a mess for all these dots. So we're going to start with the basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. Nice and simple. And then I am going to take a layer of real red, and this should be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then another layer of basic white. Hopefully my camera is okay. 5 1/4 by 4. And then I believe I did this one 5 at 3 7/8. And I'll have a PDF ready for you tomorrow, hopefully by noon, unless something crazy happens. But I'll have all the measurements in the group tomorrow. So we're just going to layer these. We're not going to pop them up. Let me just pop a hole in my glue. Okay. So I'm just going to use some glue tonight because this afternoon or this morning when I was making my cards, I had the toughest time lining everything up. So we're just going to use some glue so we know we have a little bit of wiggle room to get this on straight. Okay, so there's our real red. Then I'm going to put my another layer of basic white. You know me when it comes to my layers. I actually ran to the post office yesterday, believe it or not, to mail my Christmas cards. A little late, but at least they're going out. And I have to tell you, out of the 15 cards that I did mail, still have more going out. 2 of them cost $1.16, and the rest of them cost 88 cents a piece. So they were heavy. But like I said, I love my layers, so that's okay. Okay, so this designer series paper is the Pattern Party designer series paper. It's available when you host a party. And I actually wanted some black and white stripes, but there was none left in my pack. So I figured I'd use the gingham. Okay, so there's our layers. Now for the front, what I did was I die cut several different hearts out of both of the dies for these sets. And they're all different sizes, as you can see on here. And what I did was I wanted the effect of a darker edge, and you can see the splattering gets all over, but that's okay. I wanted a darker edge, and I wanted the center of the heart to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to, and I did some of them already, so we didn't have to waste too much time. And I wanted to use something dark, so I grabbed some Merry Merlot. And all I'm going to do is get some ink right on the tip of the brush. And then holding my heart, and you want to make sure you have the right side up, you're just going to darken those edges. And you also want to get it onto the front of the heart, just to make it so it is a little bit darker. Whoops, maybe that's a little too much, but we'll hide that. Just get some darkness around. It just gives it a feel, a little bit of a feel of it being a little bit more dimensional than flat. And all we're going to do is adhere these right to the front of the card. Now for the larger heart, I did pop this one up. So we're just going to add some dimensionals. I hope everybody had a really nice Christmas. We were in the hospital. Well, we came home Christmas Eve. Bill was in again. He went for, and I'm just randomly going to put these on the front. He went in for a cardiac MRI and has been having trouble catching his breath, and he could not get through the procedure and went into a just could not breathe. So they rushed him from, thankfully we were at the hospital having the test done. So they rushed him from the MRI. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Kathy. Hey, Dawn. How are you, honey? They rushed him from the MRI room to the ER, and he ended up being in for an additional 3 days, I think, 4 days this week. So Christmas was a little crazy for us. Okay, so like I said, I'm just randomly putting these on the front of the card. And then I have some of these little hearts, and I actually, one seems to be missing, but so we're just going to add these also to the front in different areas. Let's just grab our picky tool so I can pick them up and add them right here. Just making sure they're in different directions. And thoughts go out to anybody who has friends or are in Colorado. I was just watching the wildfires. Oh my goodness, they're so scary. So I'll be thinking about everybody in Colorado. So in the sweet conversations piece, there's this cute little piece here with just little dots. I'm thinking it would be like candy. So I'm going to grab some real red ink. And again, I am just going to add some dots to the background just to add a little bit of texture to the background, something a little different. And you can put them on wherever you want, just to add something different to the front. Okay, very quick and easy. And then I'm going to grab my Whisper White pigment ink, a little bit of water, and I'm also going to grab my painter. I got to change my water. It looks like it went bad. And we're going to grab a block. I like to use, you can use your silicone mat. So what I'm going to do is, and like I said, this is a little bit messy, but we're going to add some pigment ink. This is really thick, as you can see. So we're just going to add some pigment ink to the block. And I'm going to grab my painter. And I do have a little cup of water here. So I'm just going to add some water. I want to really get this pigment ink so it's like ink. Add a good amount of water. And then move everything out of the way that you don't want splattered. And I'm going to grab my scissors because it's a good edge. And you're just going to splatter the front of your card. If it doesn't seem to be working that well, add some more water. And you just want to splatter the front of your card. Again, just adding a different element to the front. And you can add as much or as little of you as you want. So we're going to just put that aside. Cover up this brush. And then also with this suite comes some iridescent rhinestones. And these are pretty. So shiny. You can see it just has such pretty colors. And we're just going to add a few of these to the front of the card. I'm going to add one of the medium, and then I'm going to add two of the smaller ones. And again, just random, just to add something to the front of the card. I'm glad to be here. I've missed everybody. And this, like I said, this is where I keep my sanity. So as you can imagine, I have been crazed. This new normal is, that's all everybody keeps saying. You have to get used to the new normal. Well, you know what? It is not fun at all. Okay, so let's jump to the inside. Quick and easy card. So for the inside, wrong one, let's grab this one. I wanted to pull in some of the black because I have black on the front. And I wanted to pull in these little dots, so I just added it down the side. And also in the Sweet Conversations, there's an X and an O. So I figured I'd add them to the corner in black. So we're going to pull out our real red again. And I'm going to first stamp my Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm just going to put that right here on the bottom. Just like that. And then we're going to keep the real red out. And we got these little dots again. And we are just going to add these down the side of this card. And I'm just turning the stamp every which way just so it doesn't look too uniform. You can if you like, but I like to add a little bit of, make it look a little different. Okay, so there we have that down the edge. I'm going to close this up and grab my memento, which is drying out a little bit. And I actually am going to just put both of these on the same stamp, on the same block, I mean, just like that, and ink it up. And we're just going to put these right here in the corner. Don't want anything too frilly since we want to keep it a little masculine. So, and then we're just going to layer this down. So is anybody doing anything special for New Year's? Does anybody go out or go out on the town and celebrate? I don't even know if I'll make it till midnight. Thanks, Dawn. Yeah, I made it. I made it. It wasn't looking good. I didn't know what was going to happen today. But I got up early this morning, even after not sleeping, and made my cards. And I only, like I said, just did the two because I didn't know what the day was going to bring. So there's card number one. Perfect masculine Valentine's Day card. Now for the second card, let's get rid of this. We'll need it again. I decided to do a fun fold card, and I wanted to use some of the designer series paper that comes with the suite, but I also wanted to tie in the gingham. So I made this cute little card. And we're going to start off with a base. Let's measure it out because I didn't write it down. 11 by 4 1/4. And then you're going to score it at 2 5/8, I believe. Let me just see if I can see this good. 2 3/4 and then 5 1/2. And you're going to fold it in half like you would be creating a regular card. And then on the other score line, you're going to fold it up and over. So that gives you your little accordion kind of card. And then for the white base, I decided to use some real red as my matte layer. And this is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And you need two of these. One for the front and then one for the inside. And then you need one that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Excuse me, for the very inside. I just want to make sure that I have all my pieces here. I think I do. Okay, so let's get these glued down. I almost made a feminine card, but I figured I'll keep that one for a different day. Maybe I'll do it over the weekend. I think for tomorrow, I have to get my house cleaned. That's another thing that has suffered. Woohoo! Yay for Michigan. Don't watch any sports anymore. Used to be avid football and baseball, and I haven't seen anything. You're staying home, Kathy? I know. I don't think I'll make it till midnight. And I hadn't been gone out for New Year's in years. I'll just relax. Okay, so what I want to do is try to line up my layer so I have some sort of a straight line on the top and then on the bottom. And then we're going to layer it with the designer series paper. And again, I'll have all the measurements, but this is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the real red base. So we're just going to layer this down, making sure it's as centered as possible. Thank goodness for liquid glue. And again, I just want to eyeball it and try to get it as straight as possible. Even this side of the paper is pretty. It would go really nice. Now you have to watch with this paper the way you cut it and also the direction of the hearts. So you do get a little bit of a waste. You know, Nancy, that is so true. And I almost used white. Almost used the real red for the base, but decided to try something a little different. So that's why I used white tonight, because I usually don't. Most of my cards are colored bases. Okay, so there is the base. Now we have to do this second piece on the card. And this one is, let's see, 10 by 2 3/4. And it is scored at 2.5 and 5 1/4. And again, this is going to be your front, the front of your card. So you're going to fold it as a mountain. And then we're going to fold this little piece as a valley. Whoops. So this will be the front for when it opens. Now for this, I decided where I'm using the red for the base, I'm going to mat it in white. So again, this is 1/8 of an inch. So it's 2 5/8 by 4 3/4. Now for these little pieces here, they're not exactly the same size. So you're going to need a white mat 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And then I also am going to white mat the sentiment piece. And this is 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. So you got to make sure you lay it down the correct way. And then we have our designer series paper. This one goes in the center. It's 1/8 of an inch smaller than the base. And again, I'll have the measurements tomorrow. And then another piece for the front. I just wanted to tie this. You hate white everything. When it comes to cards, I think it's elegant, but I just couldn't even imagine having tons of white in other places, like in the house. It looks beautiful, but I couldn't even imagine trying to keep white clean. I wore a pair of white sweatpants to bed, and poor Iggy got beat up last night, was bleeding like crazy, so my white sweatpants are now spotted in red. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. So last night, all in all the way around, it was terrible. Hopefully tonight it'll be better. Okay, so I'm just, again, layering it together. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did to the card base. I just want to make sure that these pieces are straight across the top and across the bottom. Unfortunately, it would stick out like a sore thumb. And then I'm just going to lay this one down first. My basic white mat. Just like that. And while I have it out, here's the next layer. Again, 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to stamp the sentiment now. So it's done. And I chose Happy to Have You in My Life. And I'm going to stamp it in real red. So we're just going to ink up this stamp. So see if I can get that to lay flat. And we're going to, oops, center this. Hopefully it'll go on straight. Not bad. And then I'm just going to put a little dab of glue and grab one of these little hearts. Pick it up with my little tool and just lay that right there. Yep. Okay. I stamped it on the wrong piece, but that's okay. Remember, I said I was going to do it on a mat. So in the directions, I'm going to add this mat to the inside of the card. So now we're going to lay this on the front. Now you'll notice when it closes, this piece does close on top of this piece in the center. Okay, so when you see it close, it overlaps just about a half of an inch. So what you want to do is line it up on this edge, and I didn't really measure it, but it does, it's about a half an inch, no, it's about 3/8 of an inch from the white edge. So I'll leave this out. You want to make sure you add your glue only to a little piece of here, because you don't want it overlapping. And I'm just going to lay my ruler down, and we're going to line this up at about 3/8 of an inch. And you want to make sure it's even, not on there crooked, about the same space, top and bottom. And make sure that's on. Okay. And then you're going to just add some glue to this back piece now. Oops. And then close it up. And then you have your fun fold. It'll just take a second for that to dry. Okay, so let's start on the front. Let me just grab a piece of white. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of white. And we're going to stamp our hearts. Now I did use real red again. You know what? Let's clean this one off and we'll use the larger one. I love these hearts because it stamps the way I wanted the hearts on the other card. See how it is darker and then it has a little bit of lighter red here. It's shadowed right within the stamp. That was the look I was trying to get with the hearts on the other card. So we're just going to ink this up in real red, and we need 3 of them. So these are 2 of the hearts. And then I'm just going to grab the 3rd heart, and I have red ink all over everything. I did it again. So here's our 3 hearts. Let me just do that one again. This one has a little piece of lint or something on it. That's better. And we're going to close that up. So like I said, I just like the look of these hearts. So let's just pull out. I didn't even do extras tonight. Let's pull out our little mini and grab the hearts from the Sweetheart Dies. And there are 3 of them. We'll start with the big one. Let's see if I can. I ran them through today. See, I did start them this morning. I had them so they'd be done. And when I ran them through, my die moved and it cut crooked. So I figured, okay, we'll try it again tonight. So we just want to line these up as best we can. And lay this plate down. And run them through. Whoops. I think it's going to do it again. Hold on one second. Usually I use washi tape. I did it again. See, like I said, I usually use washi tape to hold it in place. I should grab it. My plate is crooked, so I think I've run it through the same direction one too many times. Okay, there we go. So there's two. Let me just do this one last one real quick. This one I should be able to do without bungling it up royally. There we go. Makes it so simple. Okay. Quick and easy. Move that over there. Get this out of the way. And also in this set is this cute little envelope die. So all I did was fold it up the bottom, fold it in the two sides, just like that. And we're just going to add some glue. It's almost like the envelope. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of using Post-it notes. Iggy was here too. Yeah, he was. Thanks, Susan. Ice and salt. Okay. I will do that. Thank you so much. Because I know it's going to be, a difficult mess for sure. Okay. So I have my little envelope. We stamped our little hearts. So I'm just going to grab one of the hearts and I'm going to stick it right on the envelope. And I'm going to pop it up just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then this set also has these really cute hearts, and I wanted them to be sticking out of the envelope. You could actually add your sentiment and have it coming out of the envelope, but I wanted the hearts. It's been a rough month, and I think love is the only thing that's going to get us through, I think. So, and then there's a cute little banner. So just a quick and easy front. I'm going to add some glue to the banner. And we're just going to add it to the front. And then we're going to grab our little envelope and we're going to also pop this up onto the front of the card. Again, more dimension. So, of course, if you wanted to mail this, it's going to cost extra. It actually, come to think of it, it cost me 30 cents extra because it was too fat. That was what cost extra. The 30 cents because it was too fat. Okay, so we pop that up. And then we're going to add our bigger heart. And I'm just going to glue it. And we're going to add it right here to the banner. And then for our second heart, we're just going to pop this right up onto the front. And then we're going to again add a few dots because we're going to add these small little hearts. Get my little pokey tool. And again, I'm just turning them. What did I do with the rest of them? It was here. Oh well. And then grab some more of our little gems. And we'll use this pokey tool. And I'm just going to add one to this corner. And I'm using the medium size. And I'll add one down here by this little heart. And then I'm going to add one right here to the envelope. No ribbons tonight. So there we go. Oh, I put that dot there. So here is your second card. I'll pull in the first one. This one is my favorite. I really do like this one. So I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with me and joining me tonight. Oh, yes, thank you. I think the improvement is I am hardline now with my internet, and I think I finally have my camera settings correct, hopefully. So if you place an order, I'm going to do it till January 3rd when the new catalog comes out. If you place an order of $35, I will send you these make and takes and also 24 6x6 sheets of designer series paper. So thanks for joining. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for all the tips on getting the blood out of my clothes, Kathy. I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.